Family, Ecowas is up to something. And we are going to find out what they are up to. And whatsoever their plan is, this particular agenda that Ecowas position itself to champion right now, if they should listen to the president of Ghana, that would be better for them than whatsoever they think they are about to do right now. Honest advice from me. Because it look like, whatever they are going to do, somebody will say, is it going to have anything to do with AES? Yes. Yes. It look like in this part of Africa, West Africa, let me use West Africa because ECOWAS is Economic Community of West Africa. The president of Ghana happened to be the only person who understood or understand whatever the English is. Please put it in the comment. He is the only person who understands the source of the problem that ECOWAS is afraid of currently. He happened to be the only person who understands this very well. And he has been preaching this since the time he came to power. If ECOWAS should listen to him, they wouldn't have come up with what they are about to do. And I know that he will oppose them, by the way. Now, this is it. This banter of coup d'etat and democracy. Right now, democracy is unstable in the West Africa. And coup d'etat is taking over. This is the reason why ECOWAS is afraid right now. They are panicking. So what do? They declare state of emergency. This is it. It just came out on the 9th, of December. ECOWAS bloc declares state of emergency amid political instability in West Africa. Other channels said ECOWAS bloc declares state of emergency amid coup in West Africa. Other channels. So they declare state of emergency against the coup d'etat happening rampantly. Yearly we are hearing of coup d'etat and attempted coup d'etat all over the region. They declare state of emergency against it. Why do they have to declare state of emergency? And what this mean? What after the state of emergency, what are we expecting to see? Because you cannot declare state of emergency without taking any action. So declaring state of emergency because of coup d'etat means that some actions need to follow, some measures need to be taken immediately against those who are already leading a coup d'etat government. Let me use that word, They are revolutionaries, but for communication purpose. Coup d'etat government, And those who are attempting to do it, measures need to be taken to stop all of them. That is what it means. Because when you are doing, how do you call it? Galamsey, which is illegal mining, we call it in Ghana, and the government declares state of emergency, those who are already in the process to do Galamsey together with those who are already doing it, they need to stop it immediately. Measures need to be taken to stop them. What are the measures they are going to take? I'll take you through the possible measures that we should be expecting. Now, let's interpret this before we move forward. If we should interpret this very well, this means that ECOWAS leaders, political leaders, democratic leaders are afraid of the military. They are panicking because the military is taking over from them. So they came out and said, look, we need to do something. Listen, you can't do anything to the military. You can't do nothing. What you need to do is to listen to the president of Ghana because he understood this problem that we are facing regarding the military takeover or the problem you are facing, which you are afraid of as ECOWAS bloc. He has been preaching this since the time he came to power. Now, when ECOWAS declared the state of emergency, this is what President John Dramani Mahama said. He said, Ghana is not immune to coup d'etat. And so, that is why this government is doing its best to make sure that we regain the trust of the people. That's number one. He acknowledged that Ghana is not immune to coup d'etat. So he is tackling the things that result in the coup d'etat. Number one, the people losing trust in the government, in the politicians. One, by being accountable ourselves. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is telling ECOWAS that lack of accountability is making the military to take over the country. It is lack of accountability from the politicians and the people losing trust in the politicians. These are some of the reasons why we are having the coup d'etat. So let's move forward. One, by being accountable ourselves, and two, by holding persons who have held office and abused the public trust to account. These three key things that the president listed out here are the reason why there is, coup d'etat and coup attempt in the West African region. Because the people lose trust, the politicians are not being accountable, and they are covering each other. When these governments come, they will come and loot the state and go back. The second one will come and then protect them. Nobody will be jailed. That is why the coup d'etat is happening. The message of the president here is the solution to the problem of Ecowas. If Ecowas should declare state of emergency at all, Ecowas should declare state of emergency about looting, corruption, lack of accountability, and to declare state of emergency against anything that can make the people lose trust in the government. They should proceed from here and declare state of emergency against insecurity, especially in Nigeria also. Because if you are declaring a state of emergency that you want to tackle the coup, this thing, and you are not able to solve these problems, you can't do nothing. Ecowas, that is the truth. If you are not able to regain the trust of the people, holding persons who have held offices and abused public trust to account, making sure that you get rid of corruption, these things will continue to go on in West Africa, because these are the reason why the coup is happening. Before I even show you what possible action we should be expecting from ECOWAS in regard to this emergency that they have declared, the president of Ghana last time he was speaking, and he said, look, those of them who came to his inauguration, I nearly say graduation, those of them who came to his inauguration, they noticed that even if you are outside, the loudest applause among all the leaders who came to greet him was for the military. It means the people are losing their trust in the political parties, the political figures, and then they are putting their trust in the military. That is the message he's telling them. He's telling them that let's tackle corruption, let's build the trust of the people, let's hold officers accountable, then we'll solve the issue of coup d'etat. Because if they should listen to this man, if ECOWAS members should listen to this man, the president of Ghana, I believe in the next 20-30 years, if they can fix this, we will not hear about coup in West Africa. I'm telling the truth. Because these are the reasons why the coups are becoming too much. Aside this, our resources are not benefiting us. So when the military take over, one of the key things they do is that they get rid of foreign hands. They get rid of all foreign hands of our resources, so that our resources can benefit us. Now, what should we be expecting from ECOWAS? Let's look at them. These are some of the possible actions that ECOWAS can take after declaring state of emergency. ECOWAS usually has a range of political, economic, and military options to handle this issue of coup d'etat. They can use diplomatic measures. In the middle of emergency, ECOWAS can call the coup leaders or transitional government for urgent talk. If they are going to have urgent talk, we should understand that the goal of the talk is return the country back to democracy. That should be the goal of the talk. They can use mediation also. They can offer mediation or peace talk to restore constitutional order. They can try to go the peaceful way, send delegations, and like they always do. They can use international pressure. So ECOWAS can work with the African Union, United Nations, and other partners to diplomatically isolate the coup leaders. I'm using the word coup leaders because of communication purpose. These are revolutionaries. That is option A. Option B, they can use economic sanctions. In these, ECOWAS can apply travel bans. They can prevent the leaders involved in the coup from traveling internationally. They can apply asset freezing. They can freeze assets of military rulers or key government officials belonging or working with the military rulers. They can as well apply trade sanctions by suspending or limiting trade with the country until democracy is restored. So these are some of the things we will be expecting from ECOWAS very soon. The last resort is military options. They can use the narrative of peacekeeping or intervention. And this is not new. They have done it in the past before. You can check it out. ECOWAS has, in the past, threatened or deployed forces to restore democratic governance if all diplomatic efforts fail. One example you can use right now is the intervention in the Gambia in 2017. So they used coordinated regional security operations to deter further instability. So when I say instability, it doesn't mean the military leaders are causing instability, but instability to democracy. So these are some of the things that we should be expecting from ECOWAS after declaring state of emergency. They cannot declare state of emergency without taking any steps. So these are some of the possible steps that they need to take. They need to take steps to stop those who are already in military leadership, or the countries that are already in the military government, under military government, to bring them back to democracy through possible means. I think they should listen to this man rather. They should declare state of emergency against corruption, against looting, against stealing the people's money. They should declare state of emergency against lack of accountability in our government. They should declare state of emergency against abuse of power. These are the things that the president of Ghana listed. Why are they not even declaring state of emergency against the insecurity in Nigeria? So the ECOWAS community, they are afraid of coup d'etat than people being kidnapped in Nigeria. ECOWAS, you declare state of emergency because of coup d'etat, meaning that you are afraid of coup d'etat more than the people being kidnapped in Nigeria. Churches being burned, communities being burnt, communities being unalive, children being unalive, and women being, taken to captive and whatever they will do to them. You are more concerned about military coup than saving the life of your people in ECOWAS. And the military leadership, Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, they were facing what ECOWAS member, the Ogboro, Nigeria, is facing right now. It took the military to come and restore order. Still, they are still continuing fighting to protect the life of their people, even more than the ECOWAS community. Nigeria. You should declare state of emergency against what is happening in Nigeria. The energy you are using to fix coup d'etat, use that energy to save the life of your people, Nigeria. Misplaced priority. Where they are supposed to channel their energy, no. They will turn and channel their energy towards different things. No. So ECOWAS, you need to advise yourself and listen to this man, because since the time he came to power, he has been talking about the issue of democracy and coup d'etat. Why democracy is unstable. But it looks like ECOWAS want to use Takashi gidi rather. You should listen to wisdom and face this. I give you 20 years, you will not have coup d'etat. Consistently, we can be consistent on democracy without you having coup d'etat, if you can face these things that the president of Ghana is talking about here. But anyway, this is my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Respect.